Why does anybody in the world want to do anything? Personally, I believe it's to affirm their own existence. It's to prove to themselves and to other people that they matter, that they're important. I don't matter. I'm not important. That's why today we'll be playing Evo Mortar with Evo, Dark Goblin, Monk, Prince, Cycle. I just wanted to preface that I wanted to make videos, this video and videos in the future, more so as a record for myself, to kind of look back on my character development, I guess if you could call it that, in the future. And there isn't really anything, I guess, that is considered conventionally interesting that I plan on talking about other than just my own problems. But, okay, Royal Giant hard counter. Alright, bro. I think it's over. I think it's important to, well, first of all, okay, this is probably going to be one of the shittiest videos I ever make and you ever will see, because I'm just not good at this. One of the reasons actually why I wanted to make a video like this is because I just suck at talking with people. I mean, it's just, I'm the worst. I sound retarded. I sound autistic. And I just, when I'm talking to somebody, it just doesn't sound like or feel like I can form a coherent thought. I just stammer and stutter, and I never really end up getting to express what I really want to say. So, this kind of intimate setting, I believe, should help me with the problem I described. Another reason is, I will admit that I'm at the lowest of the lows in my life right now. Lowest I can be in 7 years. I don't know if you'd consider me as someone who's depressed, but when I say low, I just mean I haven't felt genuinely happy or fulfilled in the last 7 years. I just haven't really done anything that I felt has been meaningful to my life. And I kind of wanted to make a video because of my specific problem, because you don't really see, this guy's just lightning cycling me out, hold on, you don't really see people talk about depression. I mean, you do, but not from the other side. And what I mean by that is, you don't really, people always love to see, you know, the journey of self-growth and improvement, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's just not, I don't know if you'd call it realistic. Personally, I feel like social media has conditioned us to like certain things, and the algorithm knows what we like to see and like to hear, and a lot of stuff that we consume is heavily, I guess, filtered. And I would say it's even more so in kind of mainstream media, where you'd get this type of bias or extremity, because let's be honest, media only really covers extreme topics. It's what gets the clicks, it's what, you know, garners attention, right? And I mean, if all you see is that, right, if all you see is, you know, the extremely bad stuff or the extremes on, you know, on either side, right? If we're talking about politics, you know, it's just you're conditioned to think that the whole world is just a shitty, terrible place. I mean, okay, there are. I mean, people aren't stupid, right? A lot of people see through that kind of general BS. But what I'm trying to say is, in general, there's this kind of craving for authenticity, and it's the kind of that kind of craving which makes Clash Royale creator Ken, KFC Clash. It's what makes him so famous. It's what makes his videos, you know, so well received, because he displays genuine emotion in his videos, unfiltered emotion that you wouldn't normally see anywhere else. And okay, hold on, hold that thought. And you'd be really hard pressed to find anybody talking about the topic of kind of depression from the other side, because it's not a good business model, right? I mean, everyone has their own problems that they're going through, and really, brutally honest, no one has time to worry about your problems, because everyone has got something going on in their lives. That's just the harsh truth of it. But I don't feel like there's absolutely zero merit in talking about and kind of expressing. The guy gave up. And expressing depression or any kind of negative feelings in general. Because when you think about it, it's never that serious, or it's only as serious as you make it out to be. And what I really mean by that is, let's say somebody broke up with you, and you know, you're feeling sad about it. It's not unreasonable to feel sad. What the hell? That actually worked? Hold on. There's no way. Okay, it's not unreasonable to feel sad, but at the end of the day, you're the one that's making you feel sad. I don't know if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, the breakup isn't inherently saddening. And it's really just your attachment to, I guess, the situation that makes it sad. And you know, you might be thinking, well, duh, that's how emotions work. That's really not what I mean. And if I were to give a simpler example, it's that homework isn't boring, right? Okay, let's just consider the average student. Homework inherently isn't boring, it isn't hard, it isn't difficult. You attach the difficulty to it. You label it as something as hard, you perceive it as something that's tiring and draining. Like, homework doesn't... There's nothing that homework can do. There's no way. Oh, it's over. Okay. Well, okay, what I was trying to say is, there's nothing that homework physically does that... No... There's nothing homework physically does to make you feel like it's boring. You're the one that's attaching the emotion. And this same kind of logic can be applied to depression. And it might be hard to accept, especially in the moment. It's hard. I know it's hard for me to. Really? What the fuck? I know it's hard for me to accept that kind of notion, but when you really think about it, that's all there is to it. And it's not so much so as I'm telling you to disregard your emotions or to not feel emotions, but just that there's merit in having a logical, I guess you could call it a logical dumbing of one's emotional state where you could make it less daunting than it really is, or less daunting than it appears to. No way this works, right? Okay, yeah. Less daunting than it really is. And I don't really believe, at the end of the day, that it's really productive or helpful to think about your problems in a self-loathing or self-pitying way, or any kind of destructive way, because it's not. At the end of the day, you're happy, and the problem is, at the end of the day, you're unhappy, and the problem is still there, right? And there's really nothing that anyone, including me, can say that will change someone. I mean, you inherently have to want to change to make any kind of, for this video or any video to have any significant improvement in your, I guess, health, or to have any sort of meaning. And in that sense, that's kind of the point of this video, right? I think it's time that I changed for the better. And this video, I'm really hoping, or this channel in general, is just kind of to, for lack of a better way to say, bring the environment to me. And when you think about change in a kind of logistical way, it's really has to do with how much exposure you have to the world. It's very easy to call somebody who has perhaps a certain perspective. Hold on, little bro gave up. It's really easy to just label someone who has a certain perspective on the world as stupid or ignorant. But you have to understand that, I mean, at least I believe this, that no one inherently is stupid. And it's not more so, most of the times, of course there are exceptions, it's not more so of a conscious choice than it is attributed to the environment they're in. And that's, I feel like, is the most important part of this, is you can bring people together. And I know I suck, and it's okay to suck, but I kind of don't want to suck anymore.